welcome back to Cassidy Made. This has been a long time coming. I did not do well doing an Advent vlog like my friend Johanna, so I feel really bad. She was really good at it. This pregnancy has kicked my butt a little bit compared to my other ones. My last two, nausea really wasn't a thing. Like, you had some and you just didn't want to eat, and this one I've actually been like sick, so looking good. That and all three of my boys right now are sick. They all have like some kind of cold or cough, and I think I'm starting to get it a little bit worse, so if my voice sounds bad, I'm sorry. But such is Christmas time. I think everybody, like in my family, was somewhat kind of sick over Christmas, which really sucks, but it is what it is. We had a really good Christmas. The boys were spoiled rotten, as they always are. Their favorite things they got some big giant dumpster trucks that move, and like you can lift up the garbage pail on the truck and dump it. They love that. We got them a Lego table because they're just starting to get into Legos, and they like that quite a bit. And my parents got them like these little video games. And then my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, they got them like a video game that you plug into the TV. It's like Paw Patrol. They played with it once, but they were really excited. We kind of have to hide it so they don't want to play with them all the time, so they'll play with actual toys. And then my brother and his wife got them, they're like these little, they're a tablet, but it teaches them how to do the letters and trace pictures, which to me is slightly more educational, so we're okay with them doing those a little bit more. But yeah, we've had to hide the little video games from my parents today because my one kid, Ezra, has burned through all three of their batteries in one morning. So, because when his dies, he goes and he finds his brothers, hides with his brothers, and then he'll use up all three. So we're taking a little break. They're outside building with these little building kits with Jody right now. So he said, why don't you go up and do an episode? Because I haven't done one for a while, because I haven't felt like recording how I look, which is silly and a little bit egotistical, but that's what it is. So that's my excuse for not doing much of an Advent. I loved my Advent with Johanna. The little project, which will lead us into whips, because I don't have any finished objects for you guys. I can post a picture of Todd's socks that I finished that I think he liked. I don't know if he's tried them on yet, so hopefully they fit. And then you all saw my grandma's cardigan, and really that's it. I haven't finished much because I've been feeling gross. So Johanna's little Advent project, so a lot of yarn from her is sitting in my basket with little instructions, but that's as far as I ever got. And it is not a hat from me. I learned after sending my family a picture with it on my head and being like, I don't think this is gonna fit, from reading the notes, because I opened the notes before I was ready for them. It's gonna be like a little Santa decoration, so Santa's hat, but I love the texture. This I will have done before next Christmas. We'll get into that later. I have a crafty plan for this year, which is probably ridiculous because I'm getting another baby, but we're gonna try it and we'll get in more into that. But so yeah, she sent me a lot of yarn for this. Shoot, I should have grabbed it off my tree. She sent me a little yarn ornament, which was cute. I don't know if I showed in my last video. She made me like an angel ornament. She sent the boys some trucks, which they love. And now when they get something new, they tell me Johanna sent it to them. So I think that's really cute that they know about mom's friend in Norway. But yeah, that's all really the information I have from this. She's just written out the pattern on little scraps of paper. Yeah, we'll get that done. Okay. So I'm gonna move these before they fall and hit my drink because that is a mess I don't need to clean up. Other things she sent me that I have right here. She sent me these little like knitting label tags that says your mama made it. So that's real cute. And then some of her stuff is attached to projects, so I don't have it. I got a little gingerbread stitch marker, which is super cute. Let's see if I have anything in here. No. Okay. Sorry, I'm super awful at showing it off, but it was really cute. She made me like this little, she gave me this little turtle dove figurine. It's up on my shelf, and then like, I think it's a quote from Home Alone 2, as long as we have a turtle dove, we'll be friends forever. Which honestly, because I'm emotional, made me tear up and cry. But, Johanna, I'm sorry. I should have been more prepared so I could show everybody how great my Advent was. But it was really great. I'm just scattered, and you guys get to be scattered along with me because didn't have a lot of time to prep, and we just don't want to waste free toddler time. So, moving on to whips, and if I find more from Johanna, I'll let you guys know. The thing that I casted on that you guys have not seen before is this little thing. So it's by Phil Colana, and I will link it all below. Oh look, another stitch marker from my Advent. It just says Mom. Cute little one. So you can't really see the texture so good, but there it is. You can kind of see it. We're just starting out on the texture, and this is going to be the Arnie sweater by Phil Colana. This is a free pattern I found because once I found out I was pregnant, I really wanted to start a baby knit, and it is in the color bottle green or bottle sea green or something, by Knitting for Olive. It's just in their normal merino. This is what it's gonna look like, and you kind of see it has texture around the collar. So right now I've just connected around the collar, which was in just ribbing, I believe. It might even be broken rib, I can't remember, but I'm sure it will tell me. No, I think it's just normal ribbing. Yep. So anyway, I am doing the 6-month size because I knit super tight and I'm worried it won't fit a newborn. And you're supposed to use 3.5 millimeter needles on the body and 3 millimeter for all the ribbing. And I made a mistake because I usually have to go up a needle size for patterns now, I've discovered. But I was even using 3 and it just looked so tight. And the last baby sweater that I tried to make, again, this was probably the second thing I ever tried to knit, and I didn't know what I was doing. When I finished the collar, I couldn't get it over any of my kids' head. And guys, I just tossed it because frogging terrified me, and I was like, it's a baby sweater, whatever. It wasn't gonna fit my kids, and I thought I was done, so it got tossed. It was like cheap yarn though from Michaels, so not terrible, but not cool. Anyway, I am doing it all in the same needle size. It's on a 3.75 millimeter needle. And when I've done the measurements, I'm pretty close to gauge. So the ribbing is definitely looser than what the pattern calls for, and there's not much definition between the ribbing and the sweater itself, but that's okay. And I know this is kind of a boyish color. We don't know if it's a boy or a girl. My husband's pretty convinced it's a boy. Where I'm feeling so different, I don't know. Might be a girl, but really I just am excited that I'm having another baby. Most times. Other times I'm crying because I'm so scared. But I figured even for a girl this would be cute because They're due in August, so kind of a fall color. And if you paired it with like the right color orange, or I mean, heck, you can even just do white or something, I think it would still look cute. Girls wear this color green. So we're working on that. And then the other WIP that I've actually touched, we all know I have lots and not everything sees the light of day, is my make along with Johanna, which I think we both had to kind of put these to the side because she's insane and was knitting all these things for Christmas gifts. And honestly, guys, I am still so jealous of her knitting speed. She does beautiful work and she does it crazy fast, and it's just not fair. One day I will get there. Sorry, it's all kind of twisted. Oh, look. And another Advent thing I can show off is these little needle stoppers. It says Mom is always right, and they're on little mugs. They're very cute. So another Advent show off. So this is my Calm Down cardigan by Lily Kate France, and I have finished. Okay, when I put it on, it'll go like this, and then this, it's just a mess with the needles, wraps around, and that'll be the right shoulder. Okay, so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So I finished the left front panel. Sorry, I have it wrong side out. So the left front panel, and then I am working on doing the back right now. She has you do both little, or she has you do the right saddle shoulder, which is this part right here, and then you do the back. And what this is gonna do is it will connect. I have to do like 41 rows or so, and I believe it helps you shape, sorry, I'm like losing my voice, shape the armholes on the opposite side, so your back side for both left and right at the same time. And then when you're done with those rows and you've kind of connected, I believe it will be somewhere close to down to here. I could be wrong. I have not read that far in the pattern. This pattern is a little intense the way it's written. There's just a lot because there's a lot of sizes, and I don't know. To me, when I look at the pattern, for some reason, this one, I'm just like, okay. But after I do that part, then I'll come over and I'll do the right front, and then it looks like you just finished the rest of the body, and then you just got sleeves. I am doing this in Woolfolk yarn, and it's a very nice red color. I don't know if I have a band here with me. Let's look in my bag here. But I've finished one ball so far. Oh, do I not? Okay, I really don't. I'll have to post the kind that it is, but I don't know if I mentioned it last time. I had gotten a little bit on the left front panel, and then I had to totally frog it all because Cassidy makes things tight. And I'd sent the picture to Johanna, and she was like, no, your gauge looks way, way off. And so then she's like, measure it, and then I measured it, and yeah, I think you're supposed to be on a 24, 26, and I was at 28, almost 30. So, too tight, shocker. And so now I have gone up to, I think I'm using 4.5, I believe. Sorry, my needle's not, yeah, 4.5 millimeter needle for the body. And then for the little saddle shoulder part, you need to be slightly smaller. I think I did 3.75. I might even done a 4. So I had to go up a little bit, but then I did meat gauge. It's feeling pretty big, and she does warn you that if you're in between sizes, you need to size down because this is supposed to be a very generous garment. But if it comes out too big, I saw somebody on TikTok who had the same problem, and what she did is she just put it in the dryer which I'm nervous about, for 10 minutes at a time. And then she just did that till it was the size she liked. I don't know if I'll do that. I might just suck up with it being big and hope that it does not come out too big. But I love this yarn. It is so, so soft. And honestly, it's gotten quite a bit of attention the last couple of days. Once I was done with some Christmas knits, I was like, I want to make something for myself. So, we're getting there. And I'm ambitious in thinking I can get this done this month. I'd really like to. Let's see. I did get some knitting things for Christmas. Jody gave me a really nice hand massager, so haven't opened it yet, but I'm excited about that because hands and wrists just are a thing when you're knitting. And he gave me this super cute, it's 65 new Christmas balls to knit by Arnie and Carlos. And they're really cute. All of the balls are like the same pattern, and then the pages just have like the little motifs, and you can mix and match, and like, I mean, look how cute. So cute, right? There's, like it says, 65 of them, and I think it'd be fun to make one a year to put on my tree, or maybe to make some as some gifts. And then there's even like Christmas cookie recipes. So that was fun to open. And then he also, you gotta see the little box he made me. Sorry guys, I'm not prepared, which I think I say every single time. One second, let me grab that. Hello. Okay, so he 3D printed me this cute little box, and it looks like it's knitted, which I thought was really sweet. And then I love pink and orange, but in it he had a note which I couldn't read because he, like, his 3D printer's down in our office, which is where my sewing stuff is, and he found a purple marker and he goes, oh, it'd be cute if it's written in purple instead of some black ink. That purple marker is my ink marker for fabric, which disappears over time. It's just like an air absorbed one. So his note disappeared. But he generously offered to purchase everything that was currently in my Ravelry cart, which, if anybody is like me, when you see something and you don't want to forget it, you just go and add it to Ravelry. So I had quite a bit, and a lot of it was sweaters that I won't be able to make and or wear for a minute. So I told him, let me thin it out because we're not spending, like, obviously it's a dream list, and I had like $200 worth of patterns, and I was like, no. So I'm still working on thinning that out. I've got a couple baby knits on there. I've got some knits that I've seen on other podcasts that I want to make for other people. So those are in there, and there's a couple sweaters for myself. I sadly decided the Ingrid sweater, how I had it, I was never going to wear it. I think even with blocking, it wasn't going to grow to match Scandy Stitches. I should know her real first name, but how hers is styled, it is so cute, but so oversized. And mine didn't come out that way at all because obviously I didn't gauge swatch for that one. I was too excited. And my gauge was way too tight. My yarn was way too thick because I used not the suggested yarn. I used the yarn she used. So yeah, I don't know if I'll recast that one on anytime soon. It's really pretty, but then kind of looking at it when it was all made, it wasn't quite what I wanted. So we frogged it. And what couldn't be saved got thrown away because there was mohair in it with the really woolly yarn, and some of it, like even just trying to unwind it by hand, there was no hope. And that's okay. Learning experience. So I asked Johanna to look around because she gets me, I swear. And she can find a pattern, and I'm like, that's it. I've been looking all over Ravelry. Like, how come you can find these so fast? for some perfect hallmarky like white Christmas sweater patterns, and she sent me 2, and I've added those 2 to the cart because I love them both. And I think if I don't make myself both of them, I might make one as a gift for somebody. So we'll see. I'm not gonna say it because then it won't happen. But yeah. So I will add those to the cart. So I've gone down from like $200 to like $50 in patterns, which is what you'd pay for a pattern book. So I'm kind of more okay with that. I just have to make sure it's all I really want, because if I get one guilt-free pass, I want to make it worth it. Okay, I think that leads me into kind of my crafty plan for this year. I'm gonna take a drink. So I have a lot of whips that need to get done because half of them are kid whips that won't fit my boys forever, and if they stay in my bag, they're never gonna get them. And I have some gift knits that I really want to give next Christmas. At least one of them I really, really want to finish. So, and I haven't started it. So I am going to try to be more organized, forgiving myself a little bit, crafting wise, because really I only have as much time as I currently do until August, and then oh boy. And this last year I put off everything I wanted to make for things until like the month before, and then it just didn't feel like, yeah, I finished it. It was like, here you go, it's late, like. But my grandma didn't know the cardigan was supposed to be for her birthday, and she was excited to get it on Christmas. And I'll tag the little video. I'm sure most of you, because most of you are my family, have seen the video already, but we'll throw it in at the end. It was really cute. I have some tags that say, like, I ordered them off of Etsy. They're really cute. They're in my husband's truck. They've got like a little bunny on them because my mom and dad, their nickname for us, like my mom had Bear Family, and since I was born in spring, is Bunny Bear, and so I like little bunnies. It says hand knit and Cassidy made, which I think is really cute, and it goes with my new little handle. So sorry, the lighting, I've got to figure out a different spot. This lighting just doesn't work for me. I'm blending into my wall. I'm very, very pale. Sorry, Michael. Okay. The crafting plan. We'll talk about it. I think I will start out with a Make 9, which, if you haven't watched a lot of knitting podcasts, Make 9 is kind of, I don't know if you would call it like a trend or just a thing that some podcasters do where they pick 9 patterns that they would like to make over the year. And so I have a list, and now I'm realizing that it's on my phone. Well, some of them are. Oops. Okay, one second. I'm gonna grab my laptop. I can pull them up on my laptop and talk about them. And yeah, okay, I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. This will not be the most organized Make 9 y'all have probably seen, but we'll go with it. So the first one I'm actually not going to show because I know they see all or part of my podcast, and I don't want them to see it. And it is the gift knit that I really, really want to make this year. So that is my number 1 Make 9. It's a mystery knit. So there you go. Nothing too exciting there. The second knit that is on my Make 9 is called the Bar Heart Jacket. And it is by Courtney Walters. And just in her, it's the Courtney Walters Ravelry store. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up a picture, and I'll maybe post one. But look how cute this little baby knit would be. So it's a little blue cardigan with little fishies. And I think that works for both a boy or a girl. So I need to go through my stash because I'm still destashing. I've sold quite a bit of yarn, you guys. Feels a little good. I'm trying to get rid of one giant tote. So then we have one giant tote to put baby stuff in, because especially after Christmas, our space is very limited, and baby is gonna have to live in our room for a while. So I'm trying to make us some room. I know it's super early, but it just makes us feel better. Yeah, this little cardigan is done in DK weight yarn and is a 22 stitch row gauge, but it's super cute and Jody loves it and I love it. And so that is my second make 9 goal, and I'll have some time to make that, obviously. And then the next one on my make 9, and sorry, for make 9s for me, it's like you haven't cast it on yet. And we'll go with that too, because I want to have some make 9s, and then each month I want to pick 2 of my whips that I really want to try and get done in that month. That way I'm finishing what I had. I still get to cast on some new stuff, because everyone who knows me knows that I need something new here and there, especially when I get overwhelmed. And why not, when you're overwhelmed, add a whole nother project? And those like projects, like the finish, we'll just call them the finish 2s, I don't know. They all won't necessarily be knitting, because I've got, sorry, this is a tangent. I've got the quilt here I need to finish, and we started another quilt. It was supposed to be for Valentine's Day. Mine is barely cut out. Like, I've cut out the bare minimum for it. So haven't even started that. Plug in for sewing too. My parents got me a lovely new sewing and quilting machine. So yay, I don't have to use the automatic button, because I didn't like doing that. I don't feel like you can get as fine a line and stuff when you're constantly just stopping and going. I like the foot pedal more, but my old machine was possessed. We tried replacing the foot pedal. I did all but take it in, because I was worried it was going to be more than the machine was worth. And I wanted one that had a longer table attached to it for when I wanted to do small quilts at home and other projects like that. So that'll be nice. So hopefully we'll start seeing some more sewing stuff, because now I have sewing capabilities that will be better. So thanks, Mom and Dad. It was a good Christmas. Okay. Sorry. We'll get into the make 2. I am scatterbrained. I'm trying to focus. The next list on my make 9, so this will be number 3, is I'm following into the trend of doing these sailor slippers. These are so cute when they are done. They look very comical when they are not. So these come out, they're huge. Like, everybody is making TikTok and videos like their foot is here, the slipper ends here. And then you put them in the washer and dryer on purpose, because usually you hand wash your knits, and then they shrink down to the right size, and they look really cute. So they're by Annie Germain, and again, I'm just finding the pattern on Ravelry. They use a super bulky yarn. Everybody tends to, that I've seen, has used the suggested, which is Garn Studio Drops Snow, which I'll probably do, but you can have so much fun with the colors for this. Like, you pick a color for both the stripes, for around the edging of the foot, for the sole. Like, you could just have so much fun. And honestly, I'm thinking that if I make a pair and they turn out okay, this might be a make more than one this year, and maybe some gift knit in the future. So that is my ambitions. That is my we'll see. The next, sorry, you just gotta watch me go through my laptop. The next thing on my make 9 is by Sasky & Co. And sorry, I'm trying to make it, and if it's hard to see on my laptop, I'm really sorry. Obviously I'm not high tech, and I think to go through and screenshot them all to add them on top would just be more than I'll have time for today. So we're doing it this way. So this is by Saskia & Co. and it is her Ovis mitts. And they are just cute little sheep mittens. And I'm pretty sure I already have the yarn for these. And I've never made mittens. So I think those would be a good starting point. And I'm loving everything with the sheep motif on them right now. Yeah, it's just fingering weight yarn and a 24 stitch gauge. So they're super cute. I've had them saved for quite a while, and they're part of my little Ravelry gift purchase. Okay, I don't think he watches my videos all the way through, so, which is fine. This next Make 9 is by Caitlin Hunter, and I want to make it for Jody, maybe for Christmas, we'll see. And it is the King Salmon hat. And so it's just a beanie with the fish. It's just done in fingering weight yarn, which I have a lot of knitting for Olive Merino that I could use. And I just think it's a fun hat. I think he will really like it. He really loves the hat that Johanna made him, but to be fair, that is a very cute hat. And this one, we'll see. But I would like to make that for him this year. Yeah, we'll see if I can get it done. And if you're watching it, Jody, don't get mad if it doesn't get done. Okay, moving on. The next knit on my Make 9 is the first baby knit I saw when I searched baby knits on Ravelry after we found out we were pregnant. And it is by Petite Knit, and it is her teddy pants. Look how cute. So it's just like a little kind of overall onesie pattern with just a little embroidered bear face on the end. These I probably won't start until after we know if it's a boy or girl, because I feel like for a girl you have to do like maybe more of a white and do kind of a polar bear face because it would match more of their pink and stuff. And then a boy, I think I would just do the brown. But just a fingering weight yarn, and then a 28 stitch gauge, but they're so cute. I sent it to Johanna and I was like, this is what I'm gonna make. And so I'm really excited for that, but that one I won't be casting on for probably about another 2 months or so. Just because, yeah, I want to see what baby is. And then, the next three I actually don't have pictures for. Well, actually one I do, but it's actually here in this book. So you guys have seen the yarn for this. I got it at Flock. It's the Magpie Fiber yarn. But I am obsessed, if I say it wrong, because I feel like I always say it wrong, with koftas. They are cardigans, like very Norwegian looking cardigans. And I bought, when I saw them on somebody else's, I saw one, I think on either Knitting Traditions or somebody else had posted about these books. I had to go and find all three of them. I love these books. They are so fun to look through, by Lene Holm Samsel and Liv Sandvik Jacobsen. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to teach myself Norwegian. It's a slow process because I have a lot, but we're getting there. And Johanna and Jody are very kind to correct me when I do something wrong. So, I think I've shown this before, but this is definitely in my Make 9 because I'm trying. I'll probably end up casting on one of the sweaters that Johanna sent me, but I'm not going to push myself to finish that. I'm going to try and do the other projects first because I don't want to make a sweater for my pregnant belly. And you kind of need to be able to try on sweaters as you make them, I think. So this might just be the year of my cardigan and then this one. So, because you can kind of make it more to your size. My arms typically don't grow very much during pregnancy. But look how, I just hit my tooth. Look how gorgeous it is. Okay, I am obsessed. Obsessed. So this is in the Kofta book in 3, and it is the Gamel Sandvik, and it is so pretty. I have been dying to make this one since last year. I went to Flock with the intentions of buying the yarn for it, and I did. Like, and there's the back. Okay, it's gorgeous. I'm obsessed, and the colors I found are just perfect. I just hope I have enough. But that is on my Make 9. Probably higher than the spot that it's been given. And these will not be made in the order that I told you about them. The other 2 things I don't have. I can post a picture for this next one. I will be making Knitting Baby a stocking. I think I've shown the ones that I've made for our boys that match Jody's that his grandma made him. I am also going to wait to find out baby's gender for this because those stockings are so cute, but they're, in my opinion, they're definitely for little boys. Just the Santa and stuff on them. That's why I haven't made me a matching one because, well, I love my kid's stocking, and so that's at our house now, and that's what I use. But I also think it would be cute if I do have a little girl to knit her and I matching stockings that maybe are a little bit more pink, or if I decide to match the boy colors, do Mrs. Claus instead of Santa Claus. So I haven't found a pattern for that yet because if it's a boy, he'll just get the same matching. And if it's a girl, I don't know if I'll make one for me to match or if I'll just find one for her. So there's that. And then the other list, or other item on my Make 9 is to knit Ezra his blue non-itchy sweater. I've started Clayton's sweater from the yarn I got from Flock. You all have seen it. It's the Holger shirt by Petite Knit. I'm gonna finish that, but I haven't chosen a pattern for Ezra's sweater yet. I have to re-pull out how much yarn I have and figure that out. But I'd really like to have his and Clayton's sweaters done by Christmas to give to him. And if I can sneak in Walter's too, that would be great. And again, I'll have to like measure him, look at his size, and see what I can make with the yarn I have for him. So yeah, that's kind of my so Make 9. And then the other thing, like I said, is I want to finish 2 projects every month, or I'm going to try and do a video every month, so maybe 2 projects between every video. I wanted to originally, when I started this, do 2 videos a month, but I just don't think I have enough to show after 2 weeks, kind of. Like, it's just not enough. So we might just be moving to monthly, and we'll see how that goes. If there's bonus videos, there's bonus videos. But my attempted finished 2 objects for up until the next video, so kind of for the last 4 days, 3 days of December, and then January, will be to finish the binding on my little cute 70s quilt. I started it, I got one side done, and then I had to get to knitting. So I really want to finish this so then I can hang it on my little thing here. It's not just sitting up there all squampus, and so I can use it because it's very cute and it deserves to be used. So I'm going to do that, and I would like to say finish my Calm Down cardigan, but plan B is maybe to finish the Phil Kalana baby sweater because it's smaller and it will be easier. I think that's it. Kind of talked about all the knitting fun stuff I got for Christmas. I don't have any other acquisitions. I'm trying to de-stash yarn and not buy new yarn. We'll see how that goes. Usually when my birthday comes around, it's close to the Great Basin Fiber Arts Fair, and I love to go to that and buy stuff there. But I'm kind of getting out of the hand-dyed yarn a little bit. I found some brands I really like. I have a store that carries all those brands, so I don't know if I'm gonna go this year And I think I say that every year that I'm not going to go, and then I end up going. I don't know. I'm turning 30, and I was kind of like, you know what? I would just like 30 crafting hours around my birthday. Just 30 uninterrupted toddler crafting hours that I can't use for napping. Because right now I really love naps. They feel great. Yeah, so that's kind of my little projection for next year. We'll see. But we have our like little ultrasound for baby on the 9th where we get to hear the heartbeat and everything. So that'll be exciting. And it's exciting to welcome a new baby. I just feel very overwhelmed right now. I'm looking around my room and my house is nothing but piles because of all the Christmas stuff. And I go to put something away and then I have to organize that space to put it away. And so then there's just more piles and piles. But it's okay. There's not a time limit to when it all needs to be done. And my boys are back in because I can hear one of them choking on his cough. It's so sad. They all have this really nasty cough, and then 2 of my kids are actually pretty gaggy, so they cough and then they gag, and one of them threw up this morning. So it's been a good time. I am so excited for Jody to have to go to work tomorrow and leave me here by myself, because I feel really bad asking my parents to come and help, because they also take care of my niece, and I really just want to try and contain this as much as possible. But I think my parents already have kind of the cold. So it is what it is. But anyway, I hope you all had a great Christmas. Thanks for bearing with me, watching these videos, and just listening to me rant about what I love. Here and there I think, I'm not going to do it anymore. There's not really a point. And then I do it, and I'm really happy that I did it. Yeah, I'm hoping that this podcaster, she's not even a podcaster, she's more of a TikToker. She actually lives here in Utah, around Salt Lake. She is going to try and like host like a knit club night in January. She put out 2 dates, and I signed up saying I'd go to either one. I really would like to do that, and maybe try to make it to Handworks knit night once this month is kind of my goal. But Jody's starting up his last semester. We're trying to figure out his clinicals because of course they had to fall apart. He was all set, and then the lady who he was all set to go with quit or changed jobs and didn't pass on to anybody that they were supposed to have a student. So he's supposed to start on the 6th, so we're scrambling to find him a place for his last semester. Yeah. I don't know. It's good. It's grand, but I just appreciate all you guys, and if you're my family, you're all very kind for watching me, because you guys have to hear what I'm doing and see what I'm doing, because y'all follow me on Facebook and TikTok and now this. But I appreciate it. It makes me happy just having time to talk about it all, even if it is just for myself and my mom and Johanna, because I know they at least watch every episode. So yeah, hope you all have a good new year, and that you can think of some crafty thing or hobby to help get you through 2026, because they're great. I think everybody should have a hobby. The last thing I want to mention is something quite sad. My favorite apostle, President Jeffrey R. Holland, passed away 2 days ago, and I loved him. And if I cry, can we just blame it on me being pregnant? Seriously, like, I can remember the talk in seminary in high school, which sometimes in high school I was not necessarily always doing the right thing and on the right track, growing and learning. But I can remember Sister Savage, my seminary teacher at the time, she had us listen to a talk, and I don't like to cry in public, so like I'm sitting there holding back tears listening to part of this talk, and then I go home and I finish the talk and I'm crying again, and I started to think, oh, maybe I should do mission prep, and maybe my life is not as dark as it seemed to myself. I never had like a dark childhood. Like my home was a happy home, but I went through a little bit of a dark phase. And this talk just kind of started to pull me out of it. I started going to mission prep with some guys that I was friends with, really good friends with at the time. Kind of kick-started me going to the temple and doing all of this stuff, like baptisms for the dead. We went twice a week, once before school on like Tuesdays, and then Fridays, I believe we would go after school. Might be vice versa, but it kind of, his talk just pushed me in the right direction for where I needed to go. And to be honest, without all of his talks on YouTube and all of his books I've read, I don't think my life would have turned out the way that it has. And I'm very grateful for where I am in my life and for how my life has turned out. And he was just a very important figure. Sorry, I'm gonna have to stop because I'm gonna cry. And I'm really sad that he's gone. But I'm also very happy for him that he's no longer sick or in pain and that he gets to be with his wife. But I'm also just, it's a weird feeling. It's almost like you've lost kind of like a grandpa in a way, which is really weird to say because we weren't related at all. I wish, but, and he just kind of fit into that slot. I really like upheld everything he said, and it'll be a hard conference coming up in April without him there. But yeah, his funeral's gonna be broadcasted on Wednesday, and I'm gonna try to watch that. But yeah, that's kind of my last little sad update. I'm really sad to see him go. I'm probably gonna pull out one of his books and reread it just because he was always just such an idol. I know you're not supposed to idolize him, but an idol and a comfort to me. Like anytime I was going through anything, he had a talk for that. And I'm really sad I never got to meet him. I always thought I would figure out some way to shake Jeffrey Holland's hand. And it never happened, but that's okay. Anywho, I'm gonna log off now and go and help Jody with the kids and pick up the mess I made because I created a knitting pile in my room. So anyway, thanks for sticking with me this long. Bye.
Maybe Jen, yeah. Cute. It's good week, right?
Oh, she made that, Grandma.
Huh?
I knit it for you.
You made this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so soft. Oh my gosh.
She's cast.
Hopefully it's
impressive.
fun.
That is so cool. Oh my God.
But she made it for you to wear anytime you want to.
Yeah, you gotta wear it.
Huh?
You have to wear it.
Oh,
Don't
I
just
will.
put it away.
It's so soft.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
Can I see it?
Yes.